I will be talking about how to embrace change when everything feels uncertain. Have you ever had one of those moments where life suddenly changes and you didn't get the memo? Maybe it's a job loss, a breakup, a move, or just waking up one day realizing the world doesn't look like it used to. Change isn't polite. It doesn't knock on the door and ask, "Is this a good time?" It just walks right in and rearranges the furniture of your life. And in those moments, we ask ourselves, what now? How do I keep going when everything feels uncertain? A few years ago, I went through a massive change of my own. I thought I had everything figured out, my plan, my timeline, my 5-year vision board. Then, almost overnight, it all fell apart. Plans? Gone. Certainty? Out the window. And I remember thinking, I wish someone would just press pause so I could catch my breath. But here's what I realized later. Life doesn't pause for us, but we can pause inside ourselves. That pause is where growth begins, because when everything feels uncertain, the only solid ground we have is within. The first thing I learned was this: change isn't the enemy. Resistance is. Think about it. The more we fight what's happening, the more painful it feels. But when we lean into it, even just a little, the fear starts to loosen its grip. Imagine holding water in your hands. If you squeeze too tight, it slips away. But if you cup your palms gently, it stays. That's how we hold change, not with fear, but with curiosity. Ask yourself, what might this change be teaching me? What could this open up that I haven't seen yet? The second thing is, uncertainty is not emptiness, it's space. When life feels uncertain, we often say, I feel lost. But maybe you're not lost. Maybe you're just in between who you were and who you're becoming, between what ended and what's about to begin. Every transformation, a butterfly, a forest, a person, happens in that in-between. The cocoon looks like stillness, but inside everything is being rewritten. So the next time you feel uncertain, try saying this instead: I'm not lost, I'm in transition. Feel the difference? That one shift in language turns fear into possibility. And finally, you don't have to have it all figured out to take the next step. When everything feels uncertain, we often wait for clarity before we move. But clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from action. You don't need the whole map, just the next step. Maybe that's reaching out for help. Maybe it's updating your resume. Maybe it's just getting out of bed and saying, okay, one thing at a time. Every big comeback starts with one small, shaky step forward. Change is life's way of saying, you're ready for more than this. And uncertainty, that's not punishment, it's potential waiting for direction. So when everything feels uncertain, remember, breathe, be curious, take one small step. Because one day you'll look back and realize the moments you feared the most were actually the moments you grew the most. You are not falling apart, you are falling into place. If that line hit home for you, hit or share it with someone who's going through a big change right now. And before you scroll, tell me, what's one thing you're learning to embrace today, even in the middle of uncertainty? Drop your response in the comment section. Thank you for listening.